Boo.
We have Nettie on screen again.
Second weekend. Woohoo.
Second weekend. And you've been having so much fun where you're at. I'm loving all the pictures and all the amazing people together in one place is so cool.
Oh my gosh, we've been having a blast. Yes.
I love it. So we have Hitch Up a Toe in here. Always here on Sundays, and I so appreciate that. Same with Thrifty Angela. She is always here on Sundays. Even if she's eating dinner or whatever, she's always got us playing in the background.
Or even walking the dog.
I think her son, I just seen pictures of him doing baseball. And it's so cute. I love the pictures. It reminds me of when my kids were little, and I absolutely love seeing those pictures. This is a new name. Hello and welcome. All right. She said, laugh out loud. Yep, cooking now.
She's cooking now.
Then we have Tommy Travels in here. Hello, hello. All right. I'm going to make an announcement here at the beginning of the stream. Captain Jack and I are going to be doing a live stream on Tuesday. It's going to be a little something different, kind of radio show-ish, but it's going to be a little bit of a skit, and we're not going to be on screen at the beginning, but we'll come on screen at the end, and it'll be a little different, but it's going to be a little bit of a comedy type thing, and I just wanted to let everybody know about it. You can go over if you want and click this link, and you can set the reminder so you can be there on Tuesday just to check it out. And if everybody likes it, maybe we'll turn it into a series. And I will post that link at the end of this as well. And then Nettie, did you have anything you wanted to let everybody know about to check out on your channel from this past week?
We're posting every Saturday. So we just had one come out. We're just to let everybody know, though, we are behind. So what you see that's coming out is still going to be our, Travel Supreme that we're in. But basically, we're just posting every week, or we're getting ready to wrap up the rendezvous here, and we're going to start traveling again. So definitely looking forward to seeing new sights on the road.
Exciting, exciting. Thrifty Angela said he is growing up so fast. It was his last field day. Okay. He had a baseball hat on and stuff, and he looked so cute. He looked like he was playing baseball. Hello, She Devil Adventures. Prom. Yes. I will have more pictures up. I only put 2 pictures up because those were the ones on my phone, but I was telling Nettie didn't know either. I don't talk about this often, but I'm a photographer. That's what I did for a while, was professional photography. And so it was neat to get to do professional photography photos of my kids for prom this year.
That is so cool.
It was really neat. And so I got out the big camera for the first time in a long time. And we went to the beautiful park, and we got some really great pictures. But because they weren't on my phone, I haven't uploaded them yet. So keep an eye out. Those will be coming out soon.
Before Tommy Travel says this, who is the person behind you that you took a picture of?
This person? This professional photo? We don't talk about prune. No.
Right.
All right. And Hitch Up and Toe has their reminder set. Perfect. All right. Well, let's get into the story, because this is a story Nettie put together, and I don't know anything about this one. So I'm interested in getting to know it as well. Thrifty Angela said, that's so cool. I do photography too. I used to do a lot of weddings. I missed it a little bit, but it's more fun to do just for fun now. Yes. Hitch Up and Toe said, I'm a photographer, but the courts called it stalking. Well, real quick, sorry. The way I got into it was when my kids were little. I couldn't afford to get their pictures taken. I was a new mom. I was young. And
Yeah.
you're supposed to do like the every 3 months photos, and it was hundreds of dollars every 3 months. I couldn't afford that. So I got a camera and I started going online and teaching myself all the different tricks to it. And I went to, I took a college course or two to learn some things. And, uh, and so I taught myself how to do it for my own kids. But then I thought, there's other moms out there like me that can't afford to do this.
Yeah.
So I put together a package where I would do 20 photos and then just give them a CD where I didn't print any photos or anything. Just give them a CD where they could go print the photos. And I did all of it for $100. So that way, anybody that couldn't afford it could afford it at that point to get, good photos. And that's just kind of what I did. I did it for people that really couldn't afford to get it done. And I loved it. All right, let's get into our story. All right. Teenage thrill killer who slit the throat of a 9-year-old girl. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This seems like it's going to be a sad one.
The murder of Elizabeth Olten.
She's so beautiful.
She's just so innocent. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Angela said, that's what I do now. I just try to help out people. I love doing friends and family. Yep. Elizabeth Olten was a 9-year-old girl that lived in St. Martin's, Missouri. She lived with her mom, Patty, and her 2 siblings, Anthony and Stephanie. Uh-oh. Missouri. Don't like the sound of this.
Yeah.
The
The disappearance. Sorry.
Oh, no, you were supposed to read it. It was my fault. I'm sorry.
On Wednesday, October 21st, 2009, Elizabeth was at home rehearsing for her upcoming school play while her mom was getting dinner ready.
Tommy said I would have targeted millionaires. They don't care how much they pay for pictures.
Yeah.
There are some people that really don't care. They will pay anything, but I had a lot of people that just couldn't afford it, so it was nice to be able to do it for them. Around 5 p.m., Elizabeth's neighbor, Emma, knocked on the door. She asked if Elizabeth could play. At first, Patty said no, but after Elizabeth and Emma begged her, she gave in. She told Elizabeth that she needed to be home by 6 p.m. This is the last time Elizabeth would be seen alive. Something in a mom's gut, and then we give in. We really need to learn to say no.
Yeah. At 6 p.m., Patty knew something was wrong. Elizabeth was terrified of the dark and always came home before it would get dark outside.
You know what? I think I know this story. I think I know it now. She's so cute.
I know.
Patty decided to call over to Emma's house. Emma lived with her grandma, Karen. Yeah, I know this one. And Karen answered the phone. Patty asked if Elizabeth was there, and Karen said that Elizabeth had never been there. Yeah, this is a wild one.
Yeah.
Angela said she thinks she heard it too. It's wild.
Crazy. Now, Emma was home, but Elizabeth wasn't with her. Patty decided to call the police to report her daughter missing. She had a sickening feeling in her stomach.
Hey, Ford man. I understand the not tagging. It's hard to tag people from your phone. The investigation.
The police arrived almost right away. They also called in other police departments and the fire department. By 10 p.m., hundreds of people from the community also came out to help.
Thank you for sharing it out.
Mhm.
At this point, the police told Patty that they saw no signs of foul play. Patty knew her daughter wouldn't just disappear. She knew something had happened. Hey, fairy dust, weep the wild winds. Hello and welcome.
Patty told the police that Elizabeth had a cell phone. She had tried calling it all night, but it kept going to voicemail.
I can't imagine the sickening feeling as a parent that you would feel like your kid's scared of the dark and then um,
Well, just
24.
also, I'm sorry. Also,
No,
when
you're
she
fine.
didn't want her to go, when she said no at first, that had to have just tore her up inside.
Oh, the guilt that you would carry after that. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
imagine. 24 hours after Elizabeth went missing, the police contacted the cell phone provider and ordered an emergency ping.
There were 3 pings that said Elizabeth's phone was in the nearby woods behind Emma's house. The wooded area was very large, and the police knew they needed to call in more help.
Hello, Roy and Becky. Thrifty Angela said, yeah, I can't imagine that guilt, that poor mom, right? Like, how many times have you had that, like, gut instinct of, oh, I think this is a bad idea? You know what? Here's a perfect example. It was New Year's night here. My son had just started driving his car. He had just gotten his license and fully started being able to drive with, like, his friends in the car and stuff. Something in my gut was like, he wanted to go look at Christmas lights and take his friends and his sister to go look at Christmas lights. And something in my gut was like, it's New Year's, people on the road tonight. I don't think this is a good idea. But he was 19. He really wanted to go. Okay, go ahead. They went, they came back, and I heard a loud bang in my driveway and went running out there, and his friend had pulled up next to his car, and his other friend had opened the door, and they hit the door on my son's car and like almost ripped the door off my son's
Oh,
car.
wow.
So had I said no, my
Right.
son wouldn't have had that accident that night. So he didn't go disappearing, but my gut was telling me something was going to happen and I should have said no. And
Yeah.
I felt terrible because I knew in my gut something wasn't right, but I
Yeah.
allowed it and then that accident happened. So I can't, if I felt that guilty over that,
Yeah.
I can't imagine what I would feel over something like this. I know I'm a little overprotective, but I just love my boys so much, right?
Mhm.
There's a saying or like a TikTok out there that talks about mothers being overprotective. It's not that we're overprotective. It's just that we actually really love our kids. Like our kids are our world and we just love them. That's it. It's not overprotection. It's just love. Gotta stick with your gut.
Yeah.
Yeah. The police called in cadaver dogs, helicopters, and dive teams, searched the ponds and rivers. Nothing was found.
Emma's story.
The police knew that they needed to interview the last person to see Elizabeth, or who they thought was the last person to see her, 6-year-old Emma.
Now, Emma had multiple stories. Her first story was that she had been with Elizabeth for an hour, and then Elizabeth walked home. I'm not sure why Emma changed her story. Maybe the police knew she was lying, or she had a conscience and changed it herself.
Her second story was they were in the woods and she got stuck in a thorn bush. She said it was super painful, so she called out to her older sister, Alicia. Nope.
Mhm.
Already not liking this.
Elisa Bustamante was Emma's 15-year-old half sister. Emma and Elisa also had two brothers. They all lived with their grandma, Karen Brooke. The Bustamante children were similar in age to the Olten children, and they all got along.
You did amazing on that last name.
Yeah. Oh, I think he's Hispanic.
You did really well with that.
Thank you.
The police realized that all the neighbor children were accounted for when Elizabeth disappeared, except for Alicia. Stop looking at me, kid.
Yeah. Strange behavior.
By now, the FBI was called in. An agent questioned Alicia and asked her where she was on October 21st. Alicia told them that she had skipped school but didn't know where Elizabeth was. Again, stop looking at me. Now, she doesn't look evil. She looks innocent. She looks like maybe she's been through a tough time, but she doesn't look evil to me. What do you all think when you look at her? Do you see evil? I know you know the story, but when I'm looking at her, I just don't see. You know how some of these pictures we look and we see evil in their eyes?
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't seem like that to me, like the other
It's
ones.
amazing how the transformation happened. Because, like you're saying, with these pictures that we're now seeing, she doesn't look evil. But then
Mm-hmm.
you're going to see the transformation as we go on. But it's very I don't get how she goes from this to that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What
Yeah.
makes her transform into who she became?
The first thing I will say, going through this story so far, is that something traumatic has happened in their life already that we've learned. They live with their grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
So these kids are missing a mother and a father. And that's something pretty traumatic in a child's life. Where's the mother and where's the father? And
Yeah.
that has affected them deeply. And I'm sure to some extent, of course, so you have to take that into account when you think of the things that they're doing. Does it excuse it? No, in no way does it excuse it. But comments over here. You can't get caught up in what would or wouldn't have happened. You made the right decision in letting him go out. Something even worse could have happened if you had said no. That's true, Tommy. That's true. I need to be easier on myself a lot of the times, I think. I'm pretty hard on myself all the time. I second guess myself all the time. Oh, yeah, I have seen this story. I didn't think she looked evil either. Could have been jealous of Elizabeth. Could have been.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she looks evil either. Yeah, compared to some of our other people
Right.
that we've seen. Looks like most girls her age. Apathetic. That's a big word. And normally I can figure out what those words mean. And I think I'm on the verge of knowing what that means, hitch up and toe. But can you give me a definition? Does that mean like not fully able to feel? Is that what apathetic means? I don't think I'm describing what I mean correctly, but give me a definition, please.
Yeah. I don't know what it means, either.
I know, yeah, give me a definition because there's something in my brain I'm not able to explain what I'm trying to say, but not able to fully feel is the best way I can describe what I think that means. And then Fairy Dust said, I think it's pure evil doing. Would agree. All right. And I forgot whose turn it is. Is it your turn?
I think so.
Okay. And then here's the definition. Showing or feeling no interest, enthusiasm, or concern. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no feeling.
Yeah, you're right on it, BB.
I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. I'm a simpleton. All right. There you go.
Now, they weren't suspicious of her at first, but became suspicious after Lisa walked with them into the woods. The agent noticed a shallow hole and asked Elisa about it. She told them that she dug the hole and liked digging holes and burying dead animals in them.
Mm-mm. Any kid that's playing with dead animals, that is a red flag.
Oh yeah.
Now, if they're just coming upon them and they're burying them because they're already dead, that's just nice. But even then, I don't know. The answer surprised them and must have gotten a strange feeling about her and her answers. They obtained a search warrant for Alicia's house, especially for her bedroom. What they found was described as spine chilling. That's not good when seasoned officers describe it as spine chilling in a teenager's room.
Yeah. A deeply disturbed girl.
I think a lot of the time these grandparents have a hard time seeing the
Yeah.
evil too because they're stuck back in the old days, not seeing where our world has gone now. When the agent assigned to searching Alicia's room, several things jumped out at her. Honey and me, hello. I'm so glad you made it.
There were a lot of drawings and writings on her wall. One of the writings said, "It was written in blood. It was written in blood." Elisa also wrote a poem about cutting herself. It read, "I cut to see blood because I like it."
See, so does that mean I know that she hurt this other person, but does that mean she did that to herself as well? Do you know? Was she cutting herself?
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, she
See,
was.
and that's the part where I wonder if like grandma knew or saw or paid attention to that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Some of them hide their cuttings, with long sleeve shirts. But
yeah.
you would think if it's during, I don't know what time frame, if it was summer, you would question why are you wearing a long sleeve if she was trying to hide it. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Well, and in those pictures, she was wearing short sleeve
Short
shirts.
sleeves. Yeah.
So I don't know. Again, that's where I think like, and I'm not faulting grandparents raising their grandchildren. I'm not. My parents raised my nephew, but I do think that sometimes grandparents may need a parenting course to kind of keep them up to date on the newer trends, because grandparents might fall back and not be able to keep up with those newer trends or the newer things that are happening that weren't happening. You know, that might be something that could be helpful for grandparents when they're raising their grandkids.
Yeah.
Just an idea. Also, grandparents go much easier on their grandkids than they do on their actual kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had chores. We had to cut the grass. We had to do all kinds of stuff. My nephew, he wasn't allowed to cut the grass. They were afraid that he would get hurt. He was 17 and my son was 12, and my son was cutting my dad's grass, and my nephew wasn't allowed to because they were afraid he would get hurt. So, like, grandparents, when it comes to their, you know what I mean? Like, it's something when they're raising their own grandkids. It's different. It's just different. Okay. Let me get the comments real quick, and you remember who read last while I do. Okay. So chances are she killed those animals. They start out small. I agree. Chances are probably. Normal teenager, if you ask me, all except for the killing of animals. They didn't even rhyme. Her poems. Laugh out loud, Tommy. I was thinking it wasn't much of a poem, too. You know, to her, it probably really was the best poem there was. Why wasn't she living with her mom and dad? See, I'd be curious to deep dive into that as well. I bet that is where all of this darkness came from.
Yeah.
Cut her thighs so no one notices. That's true. A lot of them will cut up on their upper thighs so you can't see. Which, gosh, can you imagine how much pain you have to be in to cut your own body to try to relieve pain? Not that what she did is okay in any way, shape, or form, and I know we haven't gotten to that yet because we haven't, but gosh, you got to be in a lot of pain, inner pain, to cut your own self. Larice Jusay, hello and welcome. Tommy Travels, could you share out Larice Jusay's link if you don't mind? And anybody that doesn't have her, if you can grab her up, I would appreciate it. She's amazing and supportive, and you will absolutely love her, I promise. All right. My grandparents-in-law had their satanic grandson dumped on them. Both were very old, and one was physically handicapped. And I bet they struggled the whole way with that situation. I just found out my stepdaughter is going to have a baby. I'm going to spoil my grandbaby so much. Congratulations, Thrifty Angela. That's so exciting. My grandbabies will be in town on May 15th. I'm excited.
Yay.
Mew Mew Koo, I think is how we pronounce this. Hello and welcome. I lived with grandma for about 13 years of my childhood and raised to have compassion and understanding all the way around. So in this particular case, I believe it was just pure evil nonsense. Yeah. I do believe that there are some really good situations that come out of that. I believe back in the day was different compared to today's society. I think today's society, it's kind of crazier. I also believe age difference is going to make a huge difference there too. All right. Shanna Craft, hello and welcome. They had no control. The little beast got into a log cabin we had built on the land and trashed it. Ugh. Thank you, Tommy Travels, for doing that. Yay. Nothing like seeing the grandbabies. They're the best. Hope you have fun. I won't be live on that 15th. Just a heads up, everybody. I'm looking forward to seeing your stream with Captain Jack. I am so excited about that. It's going to be fun. Mom was addicted to drugs and dad was incarcerated. Gotcha. All right. Now, whose turn is it to read?
Yours.
Okay. Oh, Ford Man, thank you so much for sharing that link out too. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We're starting to look a little more questionable. The more the agent searched, the more she realized Alicia had a fascination with hurting and killing people, and even hurting herself. On another wall, there was a drawing of someone with slash marks on the neck and arms. It also had a name next to it, Emma. Okay, now wait a minute. These drawings were on the wall?
You know, when I was researching, I'm thinking because she had a Facebook account and she still does, but there's not new post on there. And I'm thinking they're talking about the wall on Facebook.
Okay. Or maybe she had like paper drawings and stuck them on her wall.
Yeah,
If they were paper drawings stuck on the wall, how did Grandma not see the?
exactly. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Ahoy, Captain! Everyone's excited about Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. I shared the post out with everyone. Oh, thank you.
Let's see, I didn't have any on my research. I didn't have any photos that were available of her bedroom wall, but it could be that because that's what it sounds like, you know?
Yeah, they might not have released crime
Yeah,
scene stuff because of her age. Maybe.
right. Now, Lisa struggled with her mental health. She had tried to commit suicide many times, and in 2007, she was put in psychiatric hospital for just 10 days and was put on antidepressants.
You know what? Where was that comment? Honey and Me said, maybe the grandparents never went into the room. I think I remember seeing that the house was more than one story. It wasn't like a ranch house. It had steps. So maybe Grandma couldn't get up the steps that often, and the kids were on the upper floors. I don't go into my kid's bedroom. Not sure if I'd catch something. Gotcha. I have, I don't go through my kids' things. I will not pick through their things and look through their stuff. I will go in their rooms. And if I have an off feeling about something, they know that I will look. But I've never really had that issue where I felt off, because they know that's where we're at. I will respect your privacy, but if I feel like something's not quite right, as long as you're honest with me, we're going to be on a better page. So that's kind of where my kids are. Alicia also had a fascination with hurting her family. The drawing of Emma proved that. And on her YouTube page, she filmed a video of her younger brothers. In the video, she is trying to encourage them to touch an electric fence. She wrote, "This is where it gets good. We get to see my brothers get hurt." That doesn't seem nice at all. Yeah, she's definitely progressing into a more You were right. Yeah, she didn't look so bad, like so evil in the beginning, but now she's definitely progressing into I don't want to say evil, but she definitely looks meaner.
Yeah. As if all these things were disturbing enough, the police were able to find a piece of evidence that proved Alicia was much more disturbed than they thought.
Harvey Underway, thank you so much for making it in. Hello and welcome. I apologize. I try to make it to your stream every Sunday, but you can see my hat. I've turned into Farmer Dawn. It's And I have a garden, and Sundays I tend to my garden, and I've been running a little behind the last 2 weeks. So I apologize I didn't make it today, but I will be there next Sunday. I opened the door to their rooms to see if it's tidy, but not just look at their stuff. Yeah, that's what I do. Or if they're in their rooms, I knock and come in and chat with them. But I don't really get in their things. Yeah, her elevator didn't go to the top floor. It's a good way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
She's starting to look disturbed.
Right.
If you are not connected with Alicia, correct that mistake immediately.
That's funny.
So you are too funny. Mew Mew cute. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I think you're right. I think that's what I'm seeing. Is she looks sad. I definitely think that there's a lot of mental health issues, and had she maybe gotten the help that she needed, had her parents been involved in her life, maybe she wouldn't have taken the path that she did.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you. I'm getting it I'm getting it started. Once it's started, it'll be fine. I'll have more freedom. I like your hat. Oh, thank you. The hat is cool. Thank you. Tidy bedroom, not seen that in years. My kids are not so tidy right now. They used to be. Then they hit young adult years, and now
Right.
it's a mess. All right. Your turn or mine?
Your turn.
My turn. The journal.
In Alicia's room, they found her journal. It didn't say where they found it, but maybe Alicia wanted them to find it.
Maybe she wanted help. It seemed like she was kind of reaching for it with all the things that she was doing. In her entries, she talked about burning down the house with the family inside. She also wrote, "If I don't talk about it, I bottle it up. And when I explode, someone's going to die." This was written a week before Elizabeth disappeared. Jeez.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that aggravates me, because literally, had someone picked up on this child's pain and struggling and read this, Elizabeth would still be here. Like, you have to tune into what these kids are going through. You have to take steps. You have to be involved. You can't just have kids and then not pay attention to what is going on in their world.
And she was young, and she had a YouTube channel, and she showed on her channel what she wanted to do to her siblings. So right there, should have been an indication that she was going down the wrong path.
You see so many kids nowadays. It didn't used to be this way.
Right.
It's more in the last couple of generations here. You just see so many kids that parents are so hands off, or they turn the cheek and they ignore these things. And it's like, well, why did you have these kids? As accessories? Is that what you chose to do? As have an accessory? I don't know. It really bugs me.
Yeah.
A little bit crazy. Hello. Welcome. Hey. Thrifty Angela, I wish I had a green thumb. I try, but I kill everything. I try. I'm not good at it. I try. And anything that survives, I remember that, and I plant most of that next time. Because I didn't kill it, I figure it's hardy enough to withstand me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if she had an exorcism, may have knocked some sense into her.
Yeah.
Let's see. All signs were there, but no one wanted to see it. Yep. Shanna said, yep, accessories. Not likely that the grandparents were on the internet very much. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. My family doesn't watch my YouTube channel either. The world is going to hell in a handbasket. I couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, but YouTube will cut off our music. What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Right? There was a live stream of, there's been a couple of them, live streams of people, how do I say it correctly without getting in trouble here? Not existing themselves anymore. There's been live streams of that. There's been live streams of people helping other people to not exist anymore. There's been videos of manifestos. I can't pronounce that correctly. There's been all kinds of stuff like that. That's what YouTube needs to be worried about more so than music.
Yeah, definitely.
It is sad that nobody picked up on the signs. It is very sad. I can't believe siblings can be so nasty. When I was a boy, I had a disease that required me to eat dirt 3 times a day in order to stay alive. It's a good thing my brother told me about it. That's funny. Us either, Tommy. Oh, that's funny. All right. Photo of Alicia's last journal entry. Okay, I'm going to try to read this. I effing killed something. Maybe I'm not going to try to read it.
As we go on, they do decipher it, just to let you know.
Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's a little difficult there.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Elisa's last entry was dated October 21st, 2009, the day Elizabeth disappeared. Elisa scribbled blue ink all over the entry, and the only writing visible said K. Gotta go to church now. LOL.
You ain't going to church, honey. Alicia was brought into the police station with her grandma accompanying her. Before she was interviewed, Detective David Rice tried to salvage the last journal entry. They used a black light, and what they saw confirmed their worries. The 2 words that they could make out were slit and throat. My older brothers would hang me on a hook and throw darts at me. Finally, I showed my mom. She had a fit. She was feeling blue. Yes, I think YouTube is actually more telling than Facebook because people often talk about their feelings. I had 3 older brothers and an older sister. My sister liked to start fights with other people and then have me deal with those other people she ticked off.
You take care of them.
Yeah, you take care of that. I got to deal with the angry people. And then my brothers, they like to rough me up, but there wasn't anybody that was ever going to mess with me. But they also were practical jokers. So they like to light fireworks in trash cans while I was sleeping in my room.
Oh.
Or I'd be in the shower and my clothes and towel and everything would disappear out of the bathroom.
Oh no.
But I gave it right back to them. So I have very fond memories of my brothers, and like we had a blast. So I saw a TikTok from a gal who has been temporarily suspended from live streams for holding a knife, but she was cooking at the time. That's crazy. I was tortured too by my older brothers. I'll tell one quick story with one of the pranks that we pulled on my older brother was they were sleeping and we took toothpaste and we went downstairs and we were rubbing it just a little bit on them and then they would go and itch and then they would rub it all over when they itched. But we were like between the wall and the bed and we were up there doing it and my brother rolled over and like blocked us in because his leg hit the wall and we were stuck and we couldn't get out. And if we would have let him know we were there, he'd have beat our butts because he was covered in toothpaste. So that's the kind of stuff we did. It was fun. We got in a lot of trouble for the toothpaste incident, though, because it didn't wash out. Right.
Alicia's confession.
Sorry if you all hear my dog whining. He wants in the room with me. Detective David Rice asked Alicia what happened to Elizabeth. Alicia's demeanor had now changed. She was shaking and quivering. However, she still didn't tell the truth right away. Okay, we have reached evil.
Yep.
Now that's Elizabeth on the right. See, she even looks different though in that picture than she did at the beginning. She's
could be because her hair is pulled back, but yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the dog removed from the door out there. She looks pure evil right there now. You were right. It progressed from okay to sadness to a little bit angry to pure evil.
It's evil, yeah. In her first story, Alicia said she and Elizabeth had walked through the woods together, and Elizabeth tripped, fell, and died instantly. The police knew that was, I don't know if you want me to say that, BS, but they showed Alicia her journal entry and asked her if Elizabeth's throat has been cut. She said yes.
Karen, Alicia's grandma, burst into tears and walked out. Alicia told the police that she'd tell them what really happened. She said she told her sister to go over and ask Elizabeth to play. This is where it's going to start breaking my heart because she planned this.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see what we have in the comments before we continue this. It begs the question, what was she cooking? Was it a human appendage sticking out of the pot? 3 older brothers, 2 older sisters. Ask for a MO. My brother would beat me up and told me if I told Ma, he'd beat me up again the next day. When we were grown, I told my Ma, and she was so mad at me for not telling her what was happening.
Mm.
I thought she looks like a member of KISS. Yeah, she kind of did. Cow poo. Yes, there was, as a matter of fact. I wonder if that had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Alice Cooper. Congratulations. Yes, premeditated.
Premeditated.
Mm-hmm. That's what makes this even 1,000 times worse, is it wasn't.
I know.
It was thought out.
Now, once Elizabeth was lured out of her house Alicia told Emma to go home. Alicia told Elizabeth that she has something to show her, but it would be about a 15-minute walk into the woods.
What Elizabeth didn't know is that Alicia was concealing a kitchen knife. She had also dug another shallow grave. You see, Alicia had actually dug the grave 5 days before and had been planning this for quite some time.
Now, Lisa began strangling Elizabeth and then grabbed the knife and stabbed her a total of 7 times in the chest. Elisa finished by cutting Elizabeth's throat. She then buried Elizabeth and covered her with leaves.
This is going to sound horrible, but the finished with this slitting of the throat, I've heard a lot of true crime stories where they've been stabbed like that and then buried and then suffered for a long time because they weren't fully dead. I'm sure that slitting her throat finished if there was any chance that she was still alive. So
Yeah.
I'm going to look at this situation as I'm thankful that she wasn't left there in pain and suffering because of that last thing that happened. However, this is absolutely horrifying that a child Alicia's age could plan this and do this. Like I can't understand how she at that age could come up with all of this. That's how old was Elizabeth and how old was Alicia? Do you remember?
Elisa was 15. I want to say Elizabeth was 9.
9.
Yeah.
Yep, all planned. Evil, pure evil. So sad, so sick. Not exactly my idea of a mercy kill. No, I don't think it was a mercy kill. I just think, as many stories as I've heard of so many people being left that way for hours, I'm just thankful she didn't stay and suffer. Could you imagine this happening to your children? It would totally destroy me.
Oh, I know.
I wouldn't survive this.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are the ages of my kids. And could you imagine them even thinking about anything like that? Like, aren't they thinking about Legos, Minecraft, Roblox right now? Not something like this?
And then she had Emma, her 6-year-old sister, basically go, and say,
Being
"Hey, come
accomplished.
outside and play with me." Yeah. Being accomplished.
Can you imagine the 6-year-old sister later in life is going to have to deal with the fact that she lured the girl out?
Right. Yeah.
Mentally going to have to deal with that?
The police knew that to be able to find Elizabeth's body, they would need Alyssa to guide them to her. Of course, she knew exactly where Elizabeth was. Elizabeth's body wasn't actually buried that deep, and some of her body parts were sticking out from the leaves. The autopsy also proved that Elisa had told them.
Right? 15 years should be boy crazy, not kill crazy, right? Not murder. Crazy, right?
Mhm.
She didn't want to take a chance on her surviving and crawling to help. Exactly.
Mhm.
I always try to look at situations, and this gets me in trouble a lot, but I always try to look at situations and find a positive. I really have to dig sometimes to find a positive, but I always try to look and find a positive. And in this situation, as sick as that may sound, that is my positive that I can pull from this, is
Right.
that she didn't suffer.
Yeah.
Because so often you hear of them suffering for so long.
Yeah.
So. Arrest, trial, and conviction.
The police wanted to know what Lisa had written in her last journal entry. So this time they used a blue light, and her final entry she wrote.
I just effing killed someone. I strangled them and slit their throat and stabbed them. Now they're dead. I don't know how I feel at the moment. It was amazing. As soon as you get over the, oh my God, I can't do this feeling, it's pretty enjoyable. I'm kind of nervous and shaky though right now. Okay, I gotta go to church now. LOL.
Now that is the journal that you were trying to read, that they were able to decipher.
The way this is written is so nonchalant.
It's
Like,
very disturbing. Yeah.
it's so nonchalant. Like
Yeah.
she's not even taking into consideration that this is a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, like I got in a fight with, I don't know, I got in a fight with my friend at school type of nonchalant. Not I
Oh,
killed a
yeah.
human being.
And now I got to go to church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
nonchalantness of this, and I know I keep saying that, but the attitude of just no F's
Mhm.
given while writing this is
Yeah.
blowing my mind. I could quite easily lose my humanity over something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Sicko. She needs to be locked up permanently or death sentence. She shouldn't ever get out. Somebody like this
Yeah.
that has no, that they should not walk the streets again. Wow, yeah, she definitely needs help. That is sick. I agree. 1980, friends of the family lost 15-year-old Lisa. She was invited to the senior prom with her guy crush friend. His ex-girlfriend and her round up where the suspects of Lisa's brutal murder. Oh, senior prom. No remorse, no feelings. She's detached. What most people have a conscience. Yeah.
Mm. Elisa Bustamante was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. She was to stand trial as an adult for murder and armed criminal action for carrying a knife. Her trial began in 2012, and Elisa was now 18. She pled not guilty.
Pled not guilty? Jeez, Louise. That shows you how well her
Not
brain is
guilty.
working.
Yeah.
What lawyer allowed that? Lisa was found in the San Gabriel River, brutally murdered and only 15 years old. Wow. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Craziness. She looks mad. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like she's being disturbed to be there. Elisa's defense said Elisa should get a lighter sentence because at the time she suffered from several mental health and that her medication resulted in her acting on her impulses. Okay. sorry. When it comes to mental health issues, I do believe that medication being off and mental health issues can cause these severe issues. However, if it can cause you to murder someone and you murder someone, you are a danger to society, and therefore you should not be walking the streets. Should you be in jail? Maybe not, but you need to be in a mental health facility, locked up in a mental health facility. Maybe
Yeah.
not locked up in jail, but locked up in a mental health facility and not released from there. You can spend the rest of your life in there. Because if you did it once because your medicines were not correct, you will do it again. There is no guarantee that they will have your medicines correct or that your chemicals in your brain won't skyrocket and you won't do it again. So you just need to be locked up forever. If you, in my mind, just saying that it's because of medication and mental health does not mean that it's okay to walk away. I don't know. That drives me nuts when they use that defense.
Yeah. The defense. Yeah.
Because I get mental health is an issue. I get it. But it doesn't change the fact that you're going to do it again if your medicines aren't right.
Exactly. Now, the prosecution said Alicia planned to kill Elizabeth, and at least 5 days before she actually did it, maybe more. They said she killed because she wanted to know what it felt like to kill.
It's like there's no conscience or empathy. No guilty, just possessed by evil. Reminds me of the book by Dr. Robert Hare. She has the same look as Amber Heard. Ooh, if y'all want me to go live next week and talk about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case, I'm down. You all just let me know in the comment section because I've been watching it and I got lots to say. And I'd love to hear what everyone else has to say too. Because I got lots. Okay. I am so sad to say there is no more evil than man or girl. She's still a danger to all the people around her. Correct. Fairy dust. That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's where that saying comes from. Lock them up and throw away the key. Correct. She enjoyed that kill. What's next kill? Like she said, burning a family up in their house. Yes. Oh, yes. Do it. Murder mystery, haunted history. Okay. We'll set up a live maybe Thursday or Friday. Maybe Friday evening. Friday evening next week, where we'll talk about the Amber Heard case and Johnny Depp. And we'll go into detail and chit chat about it. All right.
It's your turn.
Okay. Alicia also saw many mental health professionals, and they diagnosed her with a major depressive disorder and borderline personality disorder. Such a short life.
I know. Now, Lisa was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years for armed criminal action. She was given the possibility of parole after 35 years plus 5 months. Her appeal was denied in 2014.
That is a good sentence. Like, honestly, as the sentences we've been seeing, guys, I agree or not agree over there in the chat, but the sentences we've been seeing, we've all been saying we're kind of a joke how easy people were getting off. Yeah. 35 plus 5 months, that's a really good sentence for a young one. Usually on the younger ones, they go lighter on the sentencing. So that's pretty good. And they denied her appeal, so.
Yeah. And, she started out with killing animals, and then she progressed. And she probably would have killed her family, Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure of that.
I agree. That was a really good one, Nettie. That was very, very good.
Thank you.
It's a hard one. I hope that
Yeah, they're really hard when I do my research, but
I hope that Elizabeth's family has found peace, especially her mom, because I
yeah.
can't imagine that was easy. Her gut and that whole thing. And then I hope that Elisa's sister is doing okay, because I can't imagine that it would be easy knowing that
Yeah.
she helped with that. She was tricked into helping with it, but she still has to live with that, and that's
Yeah, the
probably
guilt of actually being the one to have her come out to play with her, but her sister just wanted to do, she planned it, obviously she planned what she was going to do to her.
yeah. So we got some yeses here. I think that was about the Johnny Depp and Amber thing. So
Mhm.
we'll do that. I'll get a thumbnail up and we'll do that on Friday. Let's shoot for Friday, because Fridays are a little bit easier for me. And if everybody's okay with that, we'll shoot for Friday.
Mhm.
And then Roy and Becky, she would move into bigger kills, and that is
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
I agree. We have another yes. I cannot seem to find the link for Tuesday night. Did Alicia steal it? Actually, I have a link for Tuesday night. Anyone that didn't hear the announcement earlier, Captain Jack and I will be doing kind of a radio show-ish type of comedy thing on Tuesday. If you want to click the link and hit reminder so y'all can be here. If y'all like it, we might turn it into a regular thing and have episodes coming out on a regular basis. So you'll have to tune in Tuesday and see what you think of it.
Mhm.
All right. Evil kid, evil adult. This
Yeah.
was a good one. Definitely hard. My heart goes out to the family. She'd be in the late 40s to mid 50s. She can still kill people. That I agree with. I do agree with that. And I do think being in jail, she's probably learned even more,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But it's still a pretty good sentence, because considering the age that she was tried at, because most of the time when they're tried at that 15-year-old, also there's that new law when you're a kid and you commit a crime, that was passed, I don't know, like 2 years ago, that they're starting to let the people that were tried as children out soon, or I
Oh,
don't know what
wow. No.
but a lot of the people that were tried as kids are getting out now based on this new law. So
Mm.
the fact that her appeal was denied is good. Should be fun for life. I
Yeah.
agree, Lisa and Johnny. Then we have Captain Jack shared out. Thank you, thank you. Just like a drug addict, she would need bigger kills, fixes over time if she got caught. Agreed.
Yeah.
I could never do something like that. All that digging is bad for my back. It's funny. I hope she's getting help in prison. Only time will tell. Yeah. I bet she could easily become a serial killer. I think that was where her future was headed.
Yeah, I do too.
Have I done Jodi Arias? I think that's the last name. I have not done Jodi Arias. I think that she would be very interesting to do.
Hmm.
There's another one that was a prostitute, because she was kicked out of her house at 15. I can't remember her name. There was a lady that was kicked out at 15 of her house, and she lived in the woods. And the way that she ended up being able to survive was being a prostitute. And in doing that, she had to protect herself from these men, and she ended up killing one of these men. And in turn, she became a serial killer killing men.
Wow.
And her interview is a very interesting interview, because she just speaks frankly and she doesn't have a filter. And I think she'd be a very good one to do a story on as well.
Hmm.
Jodi Arias was sick. Didn't Jeffrey Dahmer start by killing small animals?
I think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
Yes, he did. Well, thank you all for joining us. Sorry we went over a little bit today. I know Nettie's got some things that she's going to get back out there and get to doing, but I appreciate you all coming and joining us. Sundays are always my favorite, as I always say. I love Sunday
Mine
fun.
too.
But thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to Tuesday with Captain Jack. We'll do Friday, and then we'll be back here next Sunday as well. And don't forget to tune in to Nettie on Saturday. She'll have a new video
Saturday.
out this Saturday.
Thank
Wishing
you.
you all much kindness and much love.
And we're sending love your way. Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.